Look who is here. It is Rodney Peete, Bravo's Kings Court, 16-year National Football League veteran. And, of course, Mr. Fight On himself right here in Los Angeles. Good to see you, Rodney.
Good to see you, Rich. Yeah, and I'm still walking upright. Can you believe it?
Well, I mean, 16 years, man.
Yeah.
How many years were you just looking back and thinking to yourself, I can't believe I'm still in this league right now? Because 16 years, even, in somebody's wildest dream, it doesn't happen for a lot of people.
No, it's true. I mean, that's why, NFL, right? It's called not for long. So,
right.
Those first 5 years, they go long because you're trying to build your career. But after that, they go so fast. Those last 5 years that you're in the league, it blows by. And you look up and you're like, man, I'm already in double digits. And the next thing you know, you're finishing up your 16th year.
Right.
And, at a time where quarterbacks weren't as protected as they are now.
I like it. You're sitting at home watching this game and you're like, get out of here, right? Because I know so many guys who played in this league from the era in which you played it were like, if I had those rules, I'd still be playing right now. That's the general sense of it, right?
It is. And not to be the get off my lawn old man sitting there in the chair.
You know you want to do it. Go for it.
Yeah, when you can't get hit and receivers can't get hit down the field. You know how many times I got yelled at for throwing a ball a little bit too high over the middle, Rich?
Right.
Several times.
I bet.
A game.
Right.
But now they can't hit the receiver, they can't hit the quarterback. Yeah, I could probably still play. I'd last about one series, though, right now. Yeah.
So who called you on draft night? Who gave you a ring?
Wayne Fonts called me.
Wayne Fonts.
Yeah, Wayne
Detroit
Fonts.
Lions
Detroit
head
Lions,
coach.
Wayne Fonts.
Right.
Yeah, joking and whatever. So.
Right. And you show up in Detroit.
Yeah.
And there's Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, you crossed paths with Barry Sanders before.
I did. He stole my Heisman,
Rich. That's the answer I'm looking for. He stole your Heisman.
Did. That little fella, he stole my Heisman.
Your spot in Heisman House.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All these years later, I missed out on the Heisman House. Yeah.
Down at the Downtown Athletic Club. Who else was in the finalist of that?
Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman was there. Yeah, we came out together
Troy
same year.
finished third that year.
And then a guy from West Virginia, Major Harris.
Major Harris. Now, that's
Harris
a name I haven't heard in a while.
Big year that year, yeah.
Man,
Major Harris.
Oh, man. And you wound up backing up Troy at one point, right?
Yeah. Went to Dallas after Detroit and spent a year there, Rich. And unfortunately, Dallas won the Super Bowl 3 out of 4 years. And that 1 year in 1994, I was there. We lost to San Francisco, and we didn't win it, so it was kind of tough.
I worked for. I started my my TV career in Redding, California, in 1994, and I was in Candlestick Park that day because it was, it's Niners country up where I was doing local TV, and I came down with my equipment, and I was right there. Steve Young, as he was celebrating in that game, came right past me. I will never forget that, but that was the Super Bowl. That game was the Super Bowl.
Because I think they went on and beat San Diego 75,000.
I was about to say,
right?
beat is a very tame word for what they did to the Chargers.
We spotted them 21 points in that game, if you remember right, and then tried to fight back. But it was their day that day.
I mean, Irv and Dion tell the story about they both swear it was pass interference on the other person on every ball that was thrown in 88's direction that day.
Think about that matchup in the championship game, Dion versus Michael Irvin.
Everybody, if you take
Jerry
a look,
Rice in that game.
If you take a look, who was there? Haley.
Yeah,
Haley.
Haley.
You could go on and on and on from that championship game that year.
That was pretty amazing.
For sure. I've got Rodney Peete here on the Rich Eisen Show. Do you still have dreams that you're putting on the uniform? You still none of those, or no?
No, not anymore.
Never?
Not anymore, because those dreams of all the glory and throwing touchdowns immediately turn into getting hit, and so the dreams turn to nightmares. Yeah,
that'll wake you up.
Yeah,
for sure. And so, which team do you think you're in Los Angeles? Because I know you've got a show every day. You got one later on today, right?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
And so, which team in Los Angeles has the better chance to win the Super Bowl this year? Do you think?
I think with Harbaugh in his second year and Herbert his second year with Harbaugh, I'm looking for big things from them. I will say the Rams, but obviously what's going on right now, you got to say it with a caveat because you don't know if Matthew Stafford and his back is going to hold up throughout the whole season.
Right.
They took Philadelphia down to the wire last year. I think they're going to be better this year, but he's got to stay healthy. And if he does, I think they got a legitimate shot to get there. More so, I think, than the Chargers right now.
Well, I mean, I know what Cooper Kupp meant to this team and so many fans of the Rams, and I can't wait to see what he looks like in Seattle.
Yeah.
Right, because Jackson Smith and Jigba and Sam Darnold's kind of all new there, with the exception of obviously JSN, but they got rid of DK Metcalf, and they no longer have Tyler Lockett on the team. Yeah. But all that said, Devontae Adams in this mix with Puka, Kyron Williams. I'm a Michigan guy, so I think Blake Corum is going to maybe get some more snaps and look the way that he looks. Jared Verse, the defense, and all those young guys who are just killing it right now. It does feel like, man, what is going on with Stafford's back right now?
Right.
Whatever is going on with that, I don't know. We're in the town with acupuncturists and chiropractors and osteos.
We got it all.
We
got it all. He brought the wagon up with the oxygen chamber and the whole deal he's got going on. But they are being a little cagey with it right now. Right, and what's going on?
Yeah, you heard McVay's soundbite saying we're taking it day by day, and then he mentioned the word week, and he just tossed in the word week in there. Like, no, we don't want to hear week. You know, like that's what you're referring to.
Right. You know, it's kind of a little vague. It's like 1 week he's saying, "Oh yeah, he'll be ready to go." I think he said this like a couple weeks ago. If we had to play today, he would play.
Right,
and then he walked that back and said, "Well, we're not sure. It's kind of day to day, as you mentioned. So we will see." But at his age, and you think about the back, because he's not going to get hit until week 1.
Right.
And that's when you're really going to know how it's going to respond, is after he gets hit and has to get up time and time again. Then we'll find out. But if he's healthy, he's as good as it gets, and I don't think he gets enough credit for how talented he is with
Hall
the other
of Famer,
guys.
right? Would you say?
I would say, yeah. You know, after they won that Super Bowl, I think he's got to be in there. His numbers speak for it, too.
Right, and if anybody knows about the Detroit of it all, you know, you too. I mean, he arrived, you know, obviously after you departed, but I mean, you did have, you know, Barry's there, and you know,
I was lucky to turn around and hand it off to him oftentimes, but I certainly understood what he was going through in Detroit and getting beat up. I mean, the guy took a beating in Detroit for 12 years, and to be able to come back and still be playing, that's a credit in itself.
I've got Rodney Peete here on the Rich Eisen Show, and again, we'll talk a little bit more about King's Court in a second. You tell me the story about your son, RJ, please. Here in Los Angeles, where he is a mainstay in the Dodgers organization. Would you mind telling this story that I think is important, neat in so many different ways?
I appreciate you mentioning that. Yeah, RJ is he's 27 now, and at 3 years old, RJ was diagnosed with autism, and he has a twin sister, and yet he struggled after that diagnosis, and you know, we didn't know much about it at that time, and it wasn't really out there mainstream like it is now. And so we would fight to try to figure out what we do with him, and schools, in and out of schools, in and out of treatment. You know, fast forward, he started to get better and better and better. And after high school, we were like, is he in a position to go to college? We weren't sure. And we said, let's just go see if he can just find a summer job. And called around, we went to different places, and then finally Lon Rosen, who works at the Dodgers, and Magic had just been a part of the ownership, and we're good friends with him, and said, just come over and say hello. And we went over there, and he met the folks over there, met Dave Roberts, and met the guys in the clubhouse, and said, come on, and he goes, you know how to wash clothes? And Holly and I were looking like, you don't wash clothes at home. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that.
Right.
But he said yes, and here we are 10 years later, man. He's been with the Dodgers for 10 years now in the clubhouse, and I'm almost going to get teared up because they treat him like family. They treat him like a little brother over there. The guys that have been through there, Justin Turner and Jock Peterson when he first got there, and now Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts, they all treat him with love, and it has changed his life, and it's changed ours as well.
It's opened him up? I mean, do you think the experience, just the responsibility of the role, or just feeling comfortable finding people who love him for who he is? Because there's so many people, as you know, out there who have children who are autistic and who have family members who are autistic and trying to figure out, you know, obviously the symbol, the puzzle piece is an apt symbol for fighting autism or at least trying to find a cure for it or ways of dealing with it, obviously.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, listen, everyone has a worth, right? Everyone has a gift, and that doesn't matter if you're a child with special needs or an adult with special needs. We all have a gift, and it's about, I think it's on us as a society to kind of reach our hand out and try to find out what that gift is. And you talk about it changed his life, yes, because RJ was not a big social person, but being around the Dodgers forced him to be social and smile and interact with people and talk and engage. And that respect, it has changed his life. Also, we used to have to drag him out of bed to go somewhere, to get up, to go to school or go anywhere. He gets up on his own, whether it's at 5 in the morning or he's got to go meet the team at midnight. He is up and he's doing his job and he's responsible, and it's given him something to look forward to. And it's really cool. And in that respect, it's really changed not only his life, the people around him, but certainly our life as a family.
It's too bad the team's not winning.
I know.
My gosh.
I know. Well, they're getting back into it. Hold on a second. Who cares about the regular season anyway, Rich?
Let the Yankee fan in for a second. Is RJ deferring his salary to 50 years from now? Is that what he's doing? Does everybody at the Dodgers do that?
Don't hate.
Well, my youngest son, you know, Susie being from New England, you know, he is a Celtic, Patriot, Yankee fan.
How does that work?
Well, I mean, I had to put my thumb on a scale here. First of all, when Tom Brady's winning all the championships for the Patriots, right? Like I'm a big no. You need to stick with Dad watching Jet football.
That didn't work.
You know what I mean?
That didn't work.
You know what? I care about my kids. Rodney, that's why I got best dad ever right here on the desk. Case in point.
Yes.
You know, in the Celtics, when Charles Oakley was dragged out of Madison Square Garden, I'm like, I'm done with this team. Go root for the Celtics, fine. But with the Yankees, it's a different story.
Okay.
I mean, his older brother, Xander, was not that
so
much
never
into sports.
The Red Sox didn't bleed into it?
When Cooper's my youngest son. My oldest son is not that much into sports. But that said, when he was a baby, he was the firstborn. All the Red Sox onesies that came from her side of the family, they wound up somewhere else. And so the reason why I'm telling you all this is I brought Cooper, my youngest son, to Game 1 of the World Series last year.
Oh, really?
And the only good thing about it at the end of the day is we got in our car fastest than pretty much 53,000 other people. Ooh. You know, the two of us and the rest of the Yankee fans were out the gate.
You saw it.
Well, actually, we were down the right field line. The ball went right across our sight line. I cursed and I said, I think we should leave. This is what I said. But obviously the Dodgers are crushing it right now. And you know, and now the Lakers and the Dodgers are kind of...
Yeah, they're family right now. They're family. How about that?
Unbelievable.
How about that?
Unbelievable. Rodney Peete here on the Rich Eisen Show. Tell me about Kings Court. How did you and Holly Robinson Peete get involved in all this? Or what about it?
Well... Rich, like you and Susie, we've been lucky to be married for such a long time. We just celebrated our 30th anniversary.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Did you meet on Sesame Street? Or no?
Yeah, I'm that young. Yeah.
That's for her. Yeah. Her dad worked there.
She
literally
Gordon.
Can tell us how to get to Sesame Street.
Yes, she can.
Your wife, yes.
Her dad introduced Big Bird and Oscar to the world. Yes, the original Gordon on Sesame Street.
That is correct.
Yeah. So they Will Packer, who created the show.
Oh, I know Will.
Yeah,
he's great people.
Yeah, great
it's
people.
Too bad
great
he's
producer.
Not as successful as the Dodgers.
I know. Too bad he doesn't work too hard.
My
right?
gosh. Okay, so this is a Will Packer
he
production.
came calling and said, "You guys been married, and we're creating this show started out with Queen's Court, so 3 women and 24 guys would get together and they would try to figure out and find love, and it wasn't, the thing about it was appealing for Holly and I. It wasn't the 21-year-old that is on an island and it's all about, Whatever it's all about.
We know what it's about, Rodney.
It was more
survival.
Survival.
That's what it's
so
about.
It was more. This is more about mature folks who either had been married before, or hadn't been married, but in their 30s and 40s, and so really at that point in their life, they're looking for love and they know what they want. So it was appealing for us, and lucky enough, we were able to do it. And we did Queens for 2 years, and now the Kings are doing it, and it's a lot of fun.
That's
cool.
Bravo.
6 o'clock out in the west and 9 out east.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't tell me that Tyson Beckford needs help.
Right?
Tyson needs a lot of help, Rich.
Why? How?
Why?
Yeah, what's up?
Because it's Tyson. He's gone through it, right? He's gone through the model phase where he had everything he wants.
Yes.
And from afar, you think that's what every man wants.
I'll be honest, up close, it seems like that would be the way I would look at it, too. I've never been up close, but I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Go on.
I cannot confirm or deny that Tyson and I had several stories and off camera.
Okay.
I cannot confirm that or deny that,
I
Rich.
like it.
But yeah, you would think that, he doesn't need any help with that, but he agreed to come on the show because it wasn't working for him.
Okay.
And he was, going in and out of relationships and wanted to see, I guess, what was out there and what he was doing wrong and try to figure that out. And once you're there for a week or so, you kind of forget about the cameras being around. You forget about you being mic'd up and you say things. And unfortunately, we can't air all of it, but you say things and do things, you're like, yeah, does he know that the camera's on? Does he know that this is all being filmed? But it becomes real. It becomes real at some point, and that's the cool part about it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Rodney Peete here on the Rich Eisen Show. Man, so many different questions to just ask you in our remaining time, or just go ahead and hit it. But what is it like to hand it off to Barry Sanders and have that as a front row seat and watch him go in the other direction? What is that like?
Man, it was unbelievable. I will say it without hesitation, the best running back I've ever seen.
And you played for USC.
Yeah. I did.
And you've been around for a long time.
I go through all of those, the Marcus Allens, even going back to the OJs and Ricky Bells and all those guys that I saw. Barry did things that would, first of all, would translate today, but were so unbelievable in a small area of space within the offensive and defensive line that he would do for a 2-yard gain or a 3-yard gain. You go, unbelievable. And then he would break one off. I used to pride myself on being a great deceptor as a quarterback and being able to fake and carry out my fakes. But handing off to Barry, I became the worst faking quarterback in the league because I would hand off and just turn around and watch him. And I get yelled at in the film session the next day. It's like, how are we going to ever run a bootleg or anything like that if you don't carry out the fake after you hand off? It's like, have you seen the guy run? I got
Is that what your response would be?
Oh yeah, I got a front row seat. I'm not gonna miss this. And he was absolutely unbelievable. Never said more than 5 words, and never. I mean, it was so humble. You thought it was an act,
right?
Sure. And he never wanted to take credit. Obviously, he never spiked it. Always gave it to the ref and all. And
this day, he's the same.
To the point where we would take up collections for Barry to do something in the end zone when he scored.
What?
And he wouldn't take it. It got up to $10,000 at one point.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
The team would
would take up collections to give to Barry if he did a dance or did something demonstrative in the end zone.
Did anybody make a suggestion for him?
Everybody did. Everybody did. They wanted him to do the Billy White shoes. They wanted anything. Do a high knee elbow right back in the day. I mean, just do something other than hand it to the ref, and he wouldn't take the bait.
Not once.
Not
and
one
it got
time.
up to 5 figures at one point.
Unbelievable.
Which in today's money is 6 figures.
Hey, I'll do whatever you want me to do. Give me that. We weren't making what they're making right now, Rich. So $10,000 at that point was good.
I'm going to bring you down to my level before I let you go, Rodney. And so you're going to do your radio show?
I am.
Okay.
With Fred Roggin, local Fred Roggin in town. Yeah.
And I've been around some time, and I've met Fred on multiple occasions.
So you know what I got to go through on a regular basis.
Kind of used to know.
Yeah.
I don't know anymore.
Yeah,
but this is something that maybe you can talk about later on. Chris Brockman doesn't even want to look up right now because he knows what's coming. Okay, he knows what's coming. Because years ago, I'm going to the Super Bowl, and I saw Fred. And, you know, I saw him and I just thought, you know, what's Fred, you know, said recently, and I'll come up and I'll give him some crap, right? For it, you know, because we were at the same gate going to the same Super Bowl. So I call up his Twitter feed and look at the bottom right there. Fred Roggin has blocked you.
What?
And that was years ago, and you know, had everybody here check it out today. It still stands to this day. I do not know what I did or said, or have no idea what's up with Fred, or so I don't know what's up with Fred because he's blocked me. Rodney,
Rich,
is he a frequent blocker of people?
There are many gifts, and they don't always come on Christmas. Rich, this is a gift for me. I love this.
I'm giving you a topic of conversation. For today's program.
We might do 3 hours on this today.
I don't know. I mean, is Fred a frequent blocker of people?
This is the first time. Okay. Now I know Fred's got some people that he's rubbed the wrong way over the years, and
I have
and
no
people have rubbed
beef.
him.
I'm a Chris,
man.
TJ, Mike, do I have beef, or am I one person individual? I have no beef.
Only Ohio State. That's the only. That's it. That's it.
That's some other beef.
Well, that's natural, though. That's a natural thing. Yeah,
This can have an explanation. This one, I
don't get it. I'm going to have to get to the bottom of this.
I'm giving you something that's called content, which we all need in the world.
You know what they say, pass a baton? You just did that. I love that. I love that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Right now.
I know. I mean, I got the Heisman from Fred Roggin, and you got it from Barry Sanders. It's our lives.
This is great. This is great.
So it's a mystery. There's not there's never been a moment in a commercial break.
No,
you know, my
not
name's
one.
come up for whatever reason, and Fred's like, man, can't stand that guy. I blocked him.
No.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Now, should I ambush it?
Okay.
This is your handy. I will not tell you how to handle it.
I don't want to prepare him for it. I want a real organic answer.
Well, again, it's fine because he won't know because he's blocked me. At this point, this is one big shadowy conversation.
Yeah, I think it's something like you're coming out of a break and you're just like, so I was on the Rich Eisen Show this morning.
Yeah.
And then you see where the conversation takes you.
I like that.
I can't stand that guy.
Yeah.
And then see what he says in response. Right.
Caused me to take my thumb and hit a button.
Right.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Like you went Matumbo on me. I have no idea. Okay, so it's still a mystery as I send Rodney Peete
we will find out
the door with some fat content for today's program. Good to see you, sir.
You too.
And say hi to Holly, please, for sure. King's Court airs Sundays 9 p.m. on Bravo, the next day on Peacock, which means you could see it right here on Roku. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.